This is our last week. So this is the last week that we're talking about number patterns in God's creation. Next week, you guys are going to be talking about a different topic. All right. And my deep hope for this unit, by now you guys should have learned from my deep hope what it is. And it says, my deep hope for this unit is that we may be creation enjoyers and God worshippers as we celebrate God's design through number patterns found in God's creation. My biblical framework. I'm having math class right now. I'm sorry about that. So, biblical framework is that I talk about creation, fall, redemption, restoration. And because you're talking about creation, we talked about creation. And we last week we had an assignment, and a lot of you still have that missing about number patterns in creations. Where do you see a number pattern in creation? We talked about fall, how creation has been affected by the fall, redemption, where creation was something before the sin. After the sin, it's something else, and God has a plan to bring back creation to its original design. And then restoration. What can I do to restore creation back to the way it was, how God had intended for it to be? This week, we are finishing off the objectives, so we're going to talk about factors and multiples, and that might not be something new to you guys because I'm pretty sure you already know what a factor is and what a multiple is. And so we're just going to build up on that, and then that's going to be our last topic for number patterns. And then Friday, I am going to be posting these 2 questions in Google Classroom. I am giving away 3 points for each question. So once you answer the questions, you are going to get 3 points for number 1 and 3 points for number 2. All right? It's not graded, it's just extra points. And you guys can do that. Some of you don't even need extra points. You have 100 in math right now. All right? But if you want to get like 102%, then you can answer the questions. All right? And then now today's lesson. So today is September the 20th. And we want to talk about factors and multiples today. We want to do prime factorization. And we want to do the different ways how we can do prime factorization. All right, so this is the objectives for this week. So today, basically, we're just gonna do number 1. We're gonna define factors and multiples, and then as the week continues, then we're gonna talk about prime factorization. So what is our lesson about today? It's about factors and multiples. We want to talk about what a factor is, what a multiple is, what is the difference between both of them, and then I have a few little activities for us to do. All right. So our introductory game. I'm not gonna do the introductory game. I'm gonna go into the development of the content itself. But the game is there. The link is there. If you have time later and then you want to go ahead and you want to try the game, then you guys can go ahead and do that. All right. So before I continue, I already see Ms Katsim. You are here. I'm gonna stop sharing for a few minutes. And I'm gonna ask, where is Ms Katsim to present herself to you guys and maybe say a little thing of 1 or 2 things about herself. Turn on your cameras, guys. Don't be shy. Turn on your cameras. I already have seen all of you, so. Okay, so you have Mrs. Katsim there. Ms. Katsim, you can present yourself, maybe talk a little bit about you, and then what you plan to do with these guys right here.
Okay, good morning. Hello, my name is Ms Katsim, and I am now doing my internship in mathematics. So I will work along with Ms. Christie. I will be delivering lessons for you also. Starting next week, I will be formally teaching your classes online. So I hope we can get along together and have fun. And I am ask for your kind cooperation in our classes to be interactive so that we don't find mathematics boring, right? So I guess we can have so much fun and enjoy it for ourselves. So nice meeting you all. Okay, so I pass on now to Ms. Katsim. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Katsim. So you guys, as this week progresses, and Mrs. Katsim is gonna maybe get to know some of you guys. Your names are all on the screen, and she will probably get to know you guys a little this week. But as she begins next week Monday, and as I have told you guys, she's gonna start and teach you guys full completely, and then I'm just gonna be here observing. All right. So let's continue with today's class. And as I was mentioning, we're talking about factors and multiples today. So now, what is a factor? A factor is one of two or more numbers that divides a given number without a remainder. So that was like a big definition I'm giving you guys here. A factor is one of two or more numbers. So a factor, you can have a group of factors. All right, if I say I want the factors of 20, there is more than one factor for 20. But a factor is only talking about one. It's single. But a factor is a number that I can divide another number by. So for example, if I'm asking you guys, give me the factors of 20. I can divide 20 by 5. I can divide 20 by 4. And there are other numbers I can divide 20 by. All the numbers that I can take and I can divide this number by, and it divides equally, meaning that there are no remainders exactly, then that is a factor. So I give you guys an example right here, and I say 5 times 4 is 20. 5 is a factor of 20 and 4 is a factor of 20 because those are numbers that I can divide 20 by. What is another factor of 20? What is another number that I can divide 20 by?
By 2.
By 2, very good. Any other number?
By 10.
By 10, very good. Any other number?
5.
By 5, okay, have 5 here, good. So I have 5, 4, 2, 10. Any other number that can go into 20?
1.
1, very good. Any other number?
4.
By 4, yes, we have mentioned 4, good. That's it? Nothing else?
By itself,
Repeat again, Ryan. Ryan Victor.
20.
By 20, very good. So I can divide 20 by 1, by 2, by 4, by 5, by 10, and by 20. How many factors are that? How many factors did I list out just now? Anybody, Kevin? I saw you lift up your fingers. How many did I say?
6.
Very good, Kevin. Very good. So now, this is a factor, right? And as I have mentioned, a factor isn't anything new to you guys. So a factor are numbers you multiply to get another number. And this is a different way of saying the definition. The first definition talks about division, a number that I can divide another number by, and it goes exactly into that number. Another way to talk about factors is by saying that a factor is a number I multiply to get another number. So, for example, if we keep talking about 20, 5 times 4 gives me 20. 2 times 10 gives me 20. And 1 times 20 gives me 20. and I still get all the six factors that I want for 20. So there are two ways about talking about factors. I can say that a factor is a number that I can divide another number by, and it goes exactly into that number. Or I can say that a factor is a number that I can multiply with another factor to get that number that I want. Anybody has any questions? No, miss. No? Okay, let's move on then. So now we're going to talk about multiples. Now, factors is important because factors are what we use to get a multiple. All right? If a factor is the numbers that I'm going to multiply, the answer that I get, then that is a multiple. So now 5 and 4 are the factors, but 20 is a multiple of 4, and 20 is also a multiple of 5. So if I were to ask you guys, list the multiples of 2, what would you list out? The multiples. If I tell you I want you guys to give me a list of multiples for the number 2, what would you list out for me? 2, 4, 6, 8. Very good, Edwin. I would list out all the multiples of 2 by saying 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and the list can go on. All right? Multiples have a very long list, an endless list. So I can continue listing and listing and listing and listing all the multiples. But factors are a specific set. There is only a limited amount, right? If I say the factors of 20, give me all the factors of 20, then you know you have to list out 6 numbers. If I were to say list out the multiples of 20, then you would say 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, and I can continue and continue and continue and continue, right? Because that does not stop. Anybody has any questions? No, miss. You understand the difference? Very good. And then now here is an example. A multiple is the product of a given whole number and another whole number. So if I ask you guys to list out the multiples of 6, you would list out 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, and so on. And that continues and continues and continues because multiples do not end. There is no end to a list of multiples. All right? So let's do an activity, and I'm gonna move on. Not this one. Okay. I'm gonna put this link in the chat, and you guys are gonna click on the link, and you're gonna go to the game. All right. Let's see. There is a link, and it's gonna ask you guys for a code. Okay. So here you have the code. The code is 703049. So you click on the link, you enter the code, and you add your name, right? Just as all the activities. Yes, Mr. GV, I see you there, Gerald. Okay, guys, click on the link, enter the code, and you enter your name, right? I am gonna send the link again because I just had some of you joining. So you click on the link and you enter the code that is there 703049. Okay, let me see. I have 17 of you here. I have Gerald, Emerson, Kami, Ernesto, Pascual, Yelitza, Kennedy, Ryan, Victorine, Edwin, Loriani, Kevin, Isiri, Yuri, Alan, Ryan Chan, Valeria, Ozair, and Krista. If I did not call your name, then it's because you are not in the game as yet. Mariel, I do not see you in the game. Ryan Folgarite, I do not see you in the game. Let me see. I didn't hear what you said, Mariel.
I cannot enter.
Did you click on the link? What does it say? Okay, 19. I'm missing two persons. Ryan, where are you, Ryan? Ryan Folgarite.
I can't enter, miss.
Did you click on the link?
Yes.
And what did it say? All you do is click on the link, enter the code, and you write your name. Okay, we're gonna begin the game. Let's see. Okay, so in the game, you have to take a look at, they're changing your names, right? So Yelitza is the alpaca, Alan is the reindeer in this activity, right? So just be careful and you realize what they're changing your name to.
Please, I don't join. You can see me.
Um. Okay, everyone is reconnected. Lizette. I didn't see you there, Lizette. Right now. Okay. You have to be in the game, guys, because this tells me if you guys log out of the game or you go to somewhere else, then it lets me know. Okay. And I'm gonna start. Go ahead, and this is gonna tell me who is in the lead or who is not in the lead. See, I have the tiger moving already. Take your time, answer the questions, follow the instructions.
Maybe tell me next round.
Then you go to the other round. The first person to get to 10, to get to the end, then that's the person that wins the game, right? You have to get all the questions correct, right? Because if you are starting and then you get one wrong, it's going to take you back to the starting point again, right? Sorry, guys. I was muted and I was talking. You need to get the questions correct one after the other. If you get a question wrong, then you lose all the points that you have gotten, right? That is how this game works.
Miss, now yes, you can see my
You are in the
picture?
game, Lizette?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Okay, then because right here I can't see your name. I can see your nickname. So you can go ahead and play the game. Okay, guys. So then come back to the main screen where we are. I'm gonna go back to share the PowerPoint. Now, the activity that I showed you guys right now, it's similar to the one that we did on Thursday, where you guys play the game and I can't really see what is that you're doing, right? But I can see how you guys are moving along the points. This one is a little bit more difficult because you guys have to get everything correct one after the other. If you get one wrong, then you lose all of your points, right? You realize that in this activity. So that was just to review the definitions for this activity. I'm going to explain what the first assignment is. I'm going to explain what the first assignment is for this week. And it has to do with the biblical aspect of our topic. All right. So you guys, we're going to do this one right now. And then you guys can finish it off later and you can submit this first assignment. All right. So the instructions, and pay attention very carefully to the instructions. It says students will complete the following graphic organizer by responding to the following questions. So this is the graphic organizer that I have uploaded in Google Classroom or in your packages. If you got a printed package, then this is what you guys have in your package. You have the title, which says My Life, and it is broken down into two areas. The first thing that you have to do is that you have to select two factors that are important in your life and have been helping you to grow in your faith. So, for example, a factor, as we have stated in our definition, is something that I take with something else and I multiply it, or it is something that I divide a number by and it goes exactly into that. So I am going to think about factors in my life that help me grow in my faith. And examples of this could be going to church, reading the Bible, praying every day, being kind to my classmates, being obedient to my parents. All of those are examples of factors that are helping you grow in your faith. All right? That clear to everyone?
Yes, Miss.
Very good. Very good. Then, let's say that I choose going to church and reading the Bible. Those are my two factors. I am going to think about ways how I can multiply that. Right? So, if I say that reading the Bible helps me grow in my faith, then I can multiply that by reading the Bible every day. If I say that going to church is a factor that is helping me grow in my faith, I can multiply that by going to church every Sunday or taking my friends with me when I go to church on Sunday, right? Or going as a family when I go to church on Sunday. Those are ways how I can multiply that. Did everybody understand that one?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
And then the last one.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, good. And then the last one says, how will creating multiples of these factors help me through your journey in reaching eternity? Now, you guys in Bible have been talking about the whole process, creation, fall, redemption, restoration, and that leading up to eternity. How has, and I'm going to use the same examples that I'm using, reading the Bible, going to church. How will reading the Bible, going to church help me move towards eternity in God? And for example, if I say I'm reading the Bible is my factor, reading the Bible every day is my multiple, then my eternity is going to be that I will know about the second coming of Christ. I will know what eternity is. I will be able to know more about God when eternity comes. Right? Any of those things, one of them. Um, my other factor was going to church. I multiply that by going every Sunday. My eternity is going to be, um, I will understand the Word of God. I will pray for others. I will know about the morals and the values that the Bible teaches me. I will know how to restore creation. All of those things can fall under eternity. Right, for that one. So eternity is a little bit more broad because in eternity, you're just going to talk about how ways that I can put this into practice to help me get closer to eternity. So two factors, two multiples based on your factors, and then two ways how you can get closer to eternity based on your factor and your multiple. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Very good. So I'm supposed to see some very good graphic organizers, right? And you guys can go ahead and do this very neat. You can do it on a colored paper, on a typing sheet. You can color it, add borders, all of that. Because remember, I am taking some of your assignments and I'm going to send that for this school so that they can see it and then they're going to share it to our sponsors in other places, right? So do your ones neat and creative and I will be taking a look at that. You guys can go ahead and work on this today if it's fresh in your mind and you have the examples that I have given to you, but remember they are due on Friday. All right, any questions?
Means there will be class for English.
There should be after this. Okay. Any questions related to the math?
No, miss.
Mommy.
Okay, good.
Miss.
I know it's almost time. Now, today, I apologize again, guys. I started the class late. I was in a meeting for those of you that joined late, and we were talking about the patriotic event today. Remember that you need to join the patriotic event at 1 o'clock today, and everybody has to join, all right? You're not having classes, but you have to be there. Those of you that are in my homeroom, I'm going to take attendance, all right? Now, tomorrow we are not having class, guys. It's September the 21st. It's a holiday, so we're not having class. So I am going to be seeing you guys on Wednesday, right? Have a great rest of the day. Enjoy your Monday. Enjoy your holiday tomorrow. And I will see you guys on Wednesday, all right?
Me.
Yes?
Who will send the link for one?
For 1 o'clock? For those of you that are in my homeroom, I posted it in the Google Classroom for One Piece. Those of you that are in One Courage, I believe that your homeroom teacher should send that to you so you guys can check and ask. And then those of you that are packaged, then your teacher should have sent that to you as well already.